Game library looking a little empty lately?
The League Esports.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to TLE, the podcast. It's Friday night, and this is episode 4. You just saw the screen. Hi, Danny.
I'm super pixelated.
Hey, as long as you don't sound like a robot, I think we're okay. But
I'm like
welcome.
Tron.
You look like
Jeff Bridges' 1980 Tron.
yes, you look distorted a bit, and I don't know what the problem is, but that's cameras and technology for you. So anyway, there you go. I'm the One Fish here with you tonight, as well as, of course, Danny J. Welcome, Danny, as much of you that actually makes it through the fiber optic pipelines
Thank
here to the studio.
so much for it. No, I'm
Stop
just
that.
playing.
You stop that right now.
What up, Zace? Cleage?
Zace, how are you?
Pixels add 10 pounds. I already have enough poundage. Thank you, my little brother.
We don't need to add on for that. Welcome, chat. Glad you're here to join us. Like I said, episode 4 tonight. We've got a great podcast planned out for you. Going to be a lot of fun. Special guest coming up. Audra is joining us tonight, so that'll be cool. We'll welcome her in just a few minutes. But first, Danny, what do we usually do? What's first, Danny? What do we do?
Usually bad dad jokes.
Let's tell some stupid jokes. Okay, here we go.
All right, buckle up, people.
All right.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. Prepare your best pun face, because here we go. Last night, I dreamed I was swimming in an ocean of orange soda, but it was just a fantasy.
Oh, wow. You know, Sean, I don't trust stairs. They're
Uh-oh.
always up to something.
Oh, no. Hey, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One is really heavy, and the other is a little lighter. You couldn't hold it. I saw your face. It twitched. Oh, man. Okay.
Well,
2 windmills are standing in.
No.
Okay, you go.
How does a penguin build a house? Igloos it together.
Oh.
Get it? Igloos. Get it?
I got it. Oh, okay.
You're
2
welcome,
windmills.
and no one else is now watching. Thank you guys for coming tonight.
You know, I hate that I laughed at that. We all hate that we laughed at that. All right.
I
2
can
windmills.
See Audra, she laughed. She's chuckling.
You can't help but chuckle. 2 windmills standing in a wind farm. One asks, "What's your favorite kind of music?" The other says, "I'm a big metal fan." That's a solid pun right there. That's a good one. What you got, Danny? You got any? Or should I bring another one out?
I got one last one. Why? Well, why did the Scarecrow win an award?
I don't know.
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're welcome. All right.
Did you know?
Did
Did you know that England does not have a kidney bank, but it does have a liver pool?
Okay. What do you get?
Boom! There you go. Boom! Where's the soundboard? Danny, hold it together, dude. We're live right now.
Nintendo,
Danny,
did you miss anything? No, just bad dad jokes. Just bad dad jokes. That's all you missed. Oh.
You know what was unfortunate? Jill broke her finger today. But on the other hand, she was completely fine.
That's good. That is good.
Get it? The other hand.
Yeah.
It was
Did you-
complex, I know.
I know that there are a lot of people that kind of make jokes and make dad jokes. But did you know it's inappropriate to make a dad joke if you're not a dad?
That's
It's
true.
a faux pas.
Ooh.
Faux pas. Get it?
And,
Faux pas. All right.
and that's enough of that. That's, welcome anyway.
And this is what we do in our free time. The
This
little bit that
is
we
just
have,
look up.
we look up
Hey,
stupid fun dad jokes.
we had Chuck Norris last month, so I think this is still on that level. I think
Dude, Chuck Norris you can do no wrong with Chuck.
you can't do any wrong with Chuck. Okay.
Sad trombone coming out of Cleage.
Wah, wah.
All right. So we're gonna have some fun tonight. That's about the level of entertainment you guys can expect.
See, I thought you were gonna
Um,
say maturity.
That too. That too. But we do have some fun. Fish, I think we should move on to kind of some of our news and announcements.
Announcements
Um,
and updates. Hey, can you give us a musical transition?
there
There it is. Okay. That worked. Okay, TLE update. We've got League of Legends first up. What's going on with League of Legends? Well,
League of Legends. Oh, were you asking me or were you going for it?
I was kind of asking myself, but I'll go League of Legends. You can update Smash Brothers. We'll switch back and forth. How about that?
I've never wanted anything so much in my entire life as to do that.
That is terribly sad. League of Legends registration is open. So if you're in the Discord, go ahead and check that out. If you're not in the Discord, you should be, and someone will provide you with an invite. But League of Legends should be beginning early June, very early June. So get there, get your team together, get in the league. It's a lot of fun. We should be having 2 divisions, an upper and a lower. And I believe the lower division is free. So
I don't know about that. I don't remember, but we officially.
yeah, not sure on that one yet.
Lieutenant Dan in the Discord, Lieutenant Dan, who you know from the high school, yeah, helping run that, and also he runs League of Legends for us at TLE. Talk to Lieutenant Dan if you have any questions, but we are going to have 2 different divisions, an upper and a lower, to try to make things more competitive, and so there aren't as many unfortunate. What's the correct word I'm looking for?
Souls. Matchups.
Yes.
Smashings.
So there are too many
Stompings.
matchups that are a little, mismatched. That's the word. They're not
Yeah,
mismatched.
That's a good one. Okay. So that's League of Legends. Like we said, registration now. Smash Brothers. Danny, how is Smash Brothers going?
So
Where are
much
we at
fun.
in the season?
Oh my gosh. Smash Brothers is just a blast. It is a riot. On Wednesday nights, 7:30, right here on TLE1, we're running Smash Brothers. We're through. We're done with our regular season. We are now moving into our tournament phase starting this coming Wednesday. We're going to run it over 3 weeks. And we got some good players, and it's a lot of fun. And we just, I mean, I just sit there and laugh the whole time because I'm amazed at what these guys can do. So that's a lot of fun, and so check that out. Registration for next season is going to be coming out very soon, as we will be releasing that and getting signups going, and increasing, prize pool, increasing participation. Hopefully, we'll also be getting the Smash scene together for the high schools and run that through the summer as well. Really excited about how we have that set up. So we'll see that as we're currently talking with a lot of the different advisors, trying to find out who is interested, who wants to play, who will be able to field teams, and those that have kids that are interested but they can't field a full team, how we can match them together and mold it into one nice, neat, organized little season.
Perfect. All right, so that's Smash Brothers. Where are we at in the season right now? Are we in tournament? Are we done with the regular season? Are we in regular season? Where are we at?
You weren't paying attention to the first 3 minutes that I talked? That's fair.
You said it was fun.
I said we're just finished the regular season and we're moving into tournament.
Oh, okay, that you did say that. You're right. My bad. Jeez. Jump all
English.
over me. I was
He's
reading.
half Honduran, people.
I know. I only understood half your words.
English is only his maternal tongue.
Something like that. Rocket League. So Rocket League is going crazy right now between the high schools and our own league. Our own league has 24 teams in it. And so we are not able to get every match on stream, but we did get 9 matches on stream yesterday for our league and uh, two yesterday for high schools as well. So lots of streaming
Those were
yesterday.
fun.
It
Those
was
were
amazing.
fun.
That such a fun night of
So
Rocket
much
League. It was
fun.
absolutely popping off. And the viewership was there too. I think we peaked at 60 last night, which was pretty cool, and just tons of activity in the chat. You guys were great. Tasers and Nintendo Panda, we saw you guys on stream. Oh man.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
and the high schools were awesome too. We had a lot of viewership there, including but not limited to our guest tonight.
True.
And
We will
all
bring
the
on to talk about our high schools and other stuff in just a minute here. Take a look over at the news and announcements. Anything else going on with TLE? If you did order a jersey, those will be coming soon. We're talking to JC Pro and getting that order form out to them in the form that they want it. So that way they don't complain. So that way we can get it all without any confusion. So those will
True.
be custom made, and I think everybody who ordered one is in Utah. So I'll probably just drive around and give them to you.
How much for a hat, a TLE hat?
Good question. I've
Once
asked
we get
Joshy like 3
those,
times, and I haven't gotten an answer.
the guy
So
who originally made these kind of went a little MIA on us. Decided to open a Jamba Juice,
I
and
think he took one over and then was told to open another one. Something with
yeah,
juice.
something like that.
Something with juice.
So,
Let's see.
but yeah, so we're working on getting more things into, and also updating our website and getting kind of a merchandise part for TLE, so you guys can help rep TLE if you enjoy what's here. You remember when Jamba Juice was called Zuka Juice? How old are you, Audra?
Wow.
Don't answer that because you're younger than we are.
We'll make new hats for $80 each. Way to go, Cam. That's a good business model right there. But speaking of Audra, I think it's time we talk some high school and just kind of hang out for a bit with our guests. Let's bring Audra off mute, bring her into the interview room. Welcome, Audra, to TLE, the podcast. How are you doing tonight?
Good. Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes, there you are.
Awesome.
So,
Cool,
Audra,
cool.
give us kind of a brief introduction. Who are you? What do you do? I almost went with the old. Who is your mother and what does she do?
Well, my mother is actually in the chat, so.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Wait, which
It's
one is she?
The Fiber Queen. I know you all love her name, but yeah, I actually work for Alpine School District here in Utah, and I have 2 roles with them. I am both the computer science teacher, and then I am the computer science content specialist for the whole district. So my job is to grow computer science initiatives throughout the district, network with places like the League Esports, other schools throughout the state, and just building awareness and building our program.
And how's that going?
Awesome. We have seen a lot of growth in the last few years, and I feel like the fact that I'm on here right now is proof of that. So,
Well, I mean, it's very difficult to get in touch with you. Lots of rungs to jump through. So, thank you for coming down and dealing with us low lifes. Appreciate it.
My schedule is chock full right now, just like everyone else's.
Oh man,
Well,
it's been crazy. Yeah. Sorry, Danny, go ahead.
Give us a little bit background. Why did you get into teaching? What was kind of your college experience and getting in, and why did you choose computer science and getting into that?
So it's actually, I was lucky as a child. My mother was really into tech, and for Christmas in 8th grade, I got my first laptop. And so I will answer the age question. I'm 30, so that kind of gives you an idea. In what year was it? We decided today. It was about 2002 when I was in middle school. And so it was kind of a big deal, and it just really sparked my interest. Initially, when I went to college, however, I wasn't thinking I was going to be a teacher, go into computer science. I was looking at civil engineering, and actually, chemistry and calculus kicked my butt. So
Feel
I was
that one.
looking for some other options, and I'm just going to put in a little plug here for my college program I graduated from. It used to be called Technology and Engineering Education at BYU. I think they have a little bit of a different name, still just as much of a mouthful. But it's all of the fun classes. Like I got to take wood shop, learn about electronics, some digital media stuff, and now I get to be a computer science teacher and work with students, and it's different every day, so it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally feel you on the I originally wanted to go into civil engineering. I grew up playing like Sim City and building bridges and planning cities out and doing all this stuff on Sim City, and I was like, I'm gonna go into this. This is awesome. This is my jam. Got to calculus, wasn't my jam. Tried it again, still wasn't my jam, and then I left.
Yeah.
I changed.
We won't even talk about how many times I tried to take calculus and chemistry.
Oh, yeah, same at BYU, and trying to do. I think I had one semester I had like a normal time of calculus, like kind of mid morning. Another time I tried was at like 8 a.m. and I went and it was like early morning, and I was trying to get like tutoring and extra help, and just calculus kicked my butt. I had no experience in it, nothing. And yeah, nope.
I'm just gonna say, I think it's important, I think, for students to know with a lot of the pressure that they're on in middle school and high school to pick a career path, it's okay if it changes. Like
Absolutely.
when I
For
was
sure.
struggling with calculus and chemistry so much, I took a semester off and went to a different college just to get a fresh perspective. And actually, while TAing for a class, it's when I realized, why am I not teaching? It's fun and different all the time. So it's
I
okay
actually
for
ended
it
up
to change.
transferring. I ended up transferring away from BYU and changing majors and just kind of switching things up completely. So, yeah, and career paths changed. My dad changed careers at about 40 years old and hasn't looked back since. It's been like 15 years. He's just completely switched things up, totally changed everything he was doing, and tells me all the time, never too late to switch what you're up to. So here we are, mid 30s.
That's kind of why we started TLE, is because we kind of fell into it and enjoyed casting and putting on leagues and organizing, and saw the trend with esports, and it gave us that adrenaline rush of competing because we both grew up competing in sports and wanted to continue doing that.
Yeah. Well, and I think, especially for girls in computer science and in esports, it's important to have those role models. And similar to your dad, I got to watch my mom go back to school and earn her bachelor's degree, and she completely changed careers as well. I literally grew up at a fitness center. I probably spent 20 years of my life in a pool, swimming, and she was the manager there, and now she manages fiber optics for the whole state of Utah. So it's definitely never too late, and should always keep your mind open.
Help
That's
me with the
awesome.
fiber optics.
I'm her daughter and I can't get them, so
Dang.
So, well, we do have a couple shout outs in chat. Arc Trooper 24 and Nintendo Panda said, you are their teacher, and love the way you teach. So big shout out to you guys. Now, a question about teaching. Over the last, so you've probably been in it, what, 7, 8, 9 years now, teaching?
5?
My math is good.
No, it took me a while. Remember, I changed my path a couple times, so it took me a while to get through college.
So you've been in it for 5 years. How have you seen kind of the growth of computer science and the technologies at the high school level here in Utah? How have you seen it kind of grow?
Yeah, I mean, just to start off within Alpine School District, when I started as a part-time teacher at one school and got to fortunately move into a full-time position. But when I started, I think there were 2 or 3 full-time computer science teachers in our whole district.
Wow.
And now we have, I think there are, in my mind, 2 or 3 schools now that don't have, and we have 11 high schools. So we've really been able to grow the program, and that's a big shout out to our CTE director and administrators who have seen the value in computer science for our students. And we've got what are called CTE pathways. Our goal is to have a complete computer science pathway available in each high school in the next 4 years.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. Very cool.
Okay,
And
we
that's
have a.
just at the state level. We're lucky. I don't know if you've ever, Joel Marquez is the state specialist for computer science.
Who?
And then his name is Joel.
I'm just kidding. We know
Joel's a
We
great
love
guy.
Joel.
Joel's a great guy.
Yeah. And his counterpart, Christina Yamada, is over the information technology stuff. And they've both been awesome to work with. And it's just been a lot of fun to watch everything take off, especially with being in the Silicon Slopes area.
For sure. And then iTeam USA also started up right here in Utah, and they've gotten involved. How has their involvement helped to kind of further progress everything in the high schools?
Yeah, so iTeam, it was funny. Last year, actually, I was frustrated trying to pick a student group to be a part of and to push my students towards, because I felt like
Literally or physically?
both.
Or both?
You mean metaphorically?
All of the above. And it was hard because a lot of, and this is my personal opinion, I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not going to call anyone out, but I felt like IT and CS were an afterthought in some of these student groups. And there was so much that we have to offer. I thought we could be our own group. And so my CTE director, she's like, well, if there's not one out there for you, create one. And I was like, oh boy, that's going to be a lot of work. And so I started kind of brainstorming. We were going to do something within Alpine School District. But then fortunately, I got in touch with Bob Sorensen and Senator Thatcher and Summer Thatcher, who were putting together this organization called iTeam, which really did focus on computer science, information technology, digital media, esports. It really was everything that I was told to go create on my own, and it was already in the process of being done. So the timing of it worked out perfectly. And this year we started with 5 schools in our district. So that's about half of our schools. And we've just had a really great time taking students to these events. And I think those who are in the chat who have been to any of these events with us would attest that it's been a great experience.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, do have a question for you. Is that a Super Smash Brothers logo with a Viking hat on your sweatshirt?
Yes. So this
Don't be embarrassed about it.
I'm not well in trouble, but for this, I pulled one of these out because I kind of hoped you'd ask me about it actually. This sticker here was designed by one of my students.
That's awesome.
For our Super Smash Club this year. And that they're one of the aspects of our esports side of things. And we had our sweatshirts made with that logo on it. So
That's
awesome.
cool.
Those are
And
cool.
when
Legit.
do I get my sticker is the real question.
$2 in the finance office.
All right.
we don't get fiber, we don't get stickers. Ah!
All right.
Nothing. Why'd we even bring you here? I'm kidding.
So-
Okay, so you mentioned swimming.
Yes.
Said you basically grew up swimming, swam. Did you start swimming as like a little kid and like competitively, or was it a hobby? Did you go through high school doing swimming like varsity?
Yeah.
What is the swim
like I said,
history?
my
I am
mom was
curious.
my mom was the manager of the American Fork Fitness Center. The one that's standing, she literally built she was in charge of helping design it, get it going. And I can't remember a time in my childhood where the pool wasn't a big part of my life. So they always tell stories because I liked to just float on my back because I love like how it sounds underwater, and the lifeguards would freak out because I was like 5 years old and they didn't know if I was drowning or not. And so Yeah, I swam competitively my whole life in high school. I was part of the girls team at American Fork High School my ninth grade year. We took state with 6 of us.
Oh,
Wow.
That's kind of a proud moment in my high school life. And
Heck
then I
yeah.
went on to swim for BYU for a little bit before discovering my calling.
what
Amazing.
events did you swim? What were you a 50 free? Were you a butterfly?
So 50 free, 100 free, 200 free, not by choice. When you swim the 1500, they force you to do the 200. And then butterfly was also one they had me work on in college.
Ugh. So
Yeah.
I also swam. I started swimming like as a little kid, just swimming recreation, whatever. Got into high school and started swimming and did 3 years of varsity and loved it. Just absolutely thought it was the best thing ever. Also did the sprints, the 50 free, the 100 back, 100 free, relays. They threw me in a 200 IM once.
Mhm.
They did it twice overall throughout my entire career, and I believe I threw up both times.
Nope. Hard pass.
Right after I was done. It was not my thing.
To quote one of my favorite movies of all time, I can only doggy paddle.
Yeah, so swimming
All
is
you
awesome. I appreciate
all you
that.
high school kids in here, have your parents show you that movie. It's a good one.
I saw someone in the comments say lifeguard gang, best job ever in high school. You should do it.
Nice.
It was a sad day when she beat and fly.
That's my mom. She's reminiscing when I finally was able to beat her in butterfly.
Oh,
Ouch, that
fair
does hurt.
enough.
I'm not looking for the day, not looking forward to the day when my kid can beat me at anything. Got to keep them humble, I think.
My kids can already beat me in hide and go seek. I
Well,
just can't
not a
do
lot
it.
of not a
can
lot
fit
of
more
hiding
places.
spaces. Yeah, they fit in more places. Absolutely. All right. Well, Audra, thank you so much. It's been a blast having you on. We appreciate all the work you're doing for iTeam, and the communication you've had with us has been spectacular. This summer is going to be great as we move forward with Smash Brothers and continue doing the showcases. Uh, Anything you'd like to say to the students about the esports coming up? Anything you want to shout out to them or anything like that?
Just keep telling us that you want to play. Keep showing up. Invite all your friends. Let's get some more girls in here. And thank you guys for all of the work you're doing to help keep this going during all of this shutdown and through the summer. We really appreciate it.
Hey, we're locked in the basement like anybody else. But
Well,
hey, thank you, Audra,
so
once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us tonight. You're welcome to stick around if you want, or jump off. Um,
Follow along on
my,
Twitch, whatever you need.
my son wanted to say hi. Say hi, Dax. Now go to bed. Love you. Go to bed.
There's
Bye,
my
Dax.
dog back here.
Go to bed. Okay, go to bed, Ace. Good night. Go to
We
bed.
all have guests.
All right. Well,
It's way
thank you,
past your
Audra.
bedtime. Go to bed.
All right, Danny.
So,
here we
wait,
go.
before Audra leaves, one
Oh.
quick question. Yesterday, it was brought up in chat that we should have an advisors Rocket League match. Are you down if we get one organized?
I am down. Just, I can't promise my students that I won't embarrass them.
Okay, there it is. Embarrassment forthcoming.
I should not
Absolutely.
be their coach, but I am. they coach me more than anything.
We will be nice while we cast the match. We promise that much.
But we can't promise that we won't make at least one joke.
We'll have to laugh a little bit. It guaranteed.
I'll be laughing at myself.
Our
That's the
striker
best way.
says setting it up.
That's
Petite-
Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Petite Corn says no. And obviously, we're going to get her to do it. So
100%.
it's going to be great. But yeah, we just wanted to make sure. Just want to make sure you were down to clown when we get that going.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, Audra. Have a great night. Have a fun weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right, Danny, we are back. Just the two of us here. I do have a game planned for the two of us. Actually, just for
Oh,
you
dear.
mostly. All right.
Oh,
I'm excited 'cause
okay.
I think you'll do good. Okay, this is a little quiz for you.
I
That
hope I do well and use proper English.
Whatever. Okay, this quiz is
Oh,
about the.
fish, I'm gone.
What'd you do? Where'd you go?
Nothing. It's you and your overlay.
Oh, you switched windows. What happened?
Uh, that's all right. Just hide me. I was
Well,
pixelated anyway.
that's true. I'm
Being
bringing you.
brought back into Tron.
There you go. Okay, so this is about The Office. It's one question about each season. So you need to
Okay.
name the character that I'm talking about. And we're going to
Okay.
progress from season 1 through season
All the
9.
way through season 9.
All the way through. So it's 9 questions.
Okay.
And here we go. And chat, don't help him. All right? Don't help. Danny, don't look at chat. Not allowed. Season 1. Whose birthday does The Office celebrate when there are rumors that the company is downsizing? Phyllis, Meredith, Kelly, or Angela?
Meredith.
I will let you know how you did. Do you want the answer now? Do yes or no, or do you want to wait till the end?
You give it to me now.
Okay. They celebrate Meredith's birthday. So there you go. 1 for 1. Season
Danny versus chat.
Season number 2. During the Office booze cruise, why does
Okay.
Roy finally set a date for his and Pam's wedding? Do you want the
Because-
options, or can you just tell me?
I think I know. I think
Okay.
it's because of the speech that the captain gives. He gives this rousing speech, and he and Michael are trying to do a back and forth on the inspiration. But I believe it's that based off that speech. Am I correct?
He feels inspired after hearing the captain's story of marrying his first wife,
Played by
Correct.
Rob Riggle.
and the captain's name is? That's a bonus question. Very
I don't know.
famous.
I
Captain
don't have
Jack.
that.
Captain Jack.
That's it. It's Captain Jack. Yes, it is.
All right, season 3. In the episode Back from Vacation, Michael returns to the office from a trip to Jamaica with beads in his hair, a new haircut, dreadlocks, or none of the above.
None of the above. He comes back with the steel drum.
Wrong. He does come back with a steel drum, but he also has beads in his hair.
All right. I missed. Okay. Season 3. Missed it.
See, there's your picture right there. It's right
that's
above his ear.
right. That's right. He does. All right. Okay.
All right, this one's true or false. After she's accidentally hit by Michael's car, Meredith goes to the hospital for a sprained pelvis. True or false?
It's a broken pelvis, but she goes to the hospital. Then she wants Jim to sign, and she lifts up her dress. That's awkward.
It's gross. So you're saying true?
I'm gonna say true.
She goes to the hospital for a fractured pelvis. So you were right when you said fractured. That's a weird question. I don't like the way it's phrased. Should have been like, what did she break? Oh, jeez. Discord window just changed again.
It's all Audra's fault. She left.
Thanks, Discord. Stop messing up my video. Now it looks like you're just peeking over the edge of the screen in embarrassment. There you
You're not that sorry. It's okay, Audra. It's all good.
go. All right. So that was season 4. Season 5. Which 2 employees accidentally wear matching outfits to work in the episode Casual Friday?
Pam and Phyllis.
Correct. Pam and Phyllis wearing what color?
Purple. It's a purple button-up shirt with a purple little kind of, I don't know what that thing's called. It's like a half vest sort of a thing.
Sweater.
It's not a full sweater.
I know, but we know what you're saying. Okay, season 6.
A shrug. A shrug.
A shrug.
Thank you, Audra.
Sure.
Thank you.
Who beats Michael's push-up challenge by doing 26 push-ups at the office? Dwight, Meredith, Stanley, Pam, Oscar, or Jim? Thinking
Dwight.
face.
Dwight. I'm gonna go with Dwight. I don't remember.
Dwight is wrong. Stanley completes the challenge so he can win the prize of going home early. Because
That's
nothing motivates
right.
Stanley more than getting
not
out of the
working.
office. There
Season
we go.
6 answer is Zesty. Thanks, DT. Attaboy.
There we go. All right, we're up to season 7. Only a few more questions, Danny. When Dwight temporarily becomes the regional manager and enforces
He
strict
paints it
rules,
black.
not the question.
Oh.
What's the name of the uprising group that Jim pretends to lead as a prank? The Social Club, the Rebellion, the Dunder Mifflin Misfits, or the Fist?
I think he just goes with the rebellion.
Wrong.
Oh, well.
He
The struggle's
describes
on.
the
The
group.
struggle's on, people.
He describes the group to Dwight as a social club, but he names it the Fist. All right, season 8. When Daryl and Toby compete over selling the most Girl Scout cookies for their daughters, who ends up winning by selling the most cookies to Kevin? Daryl, Toby, it's a tie, or neither of them wins?
Neither of them win. Because they're competing. They do the Hello My Baby dance and song. And then finally they both just like, this is ridiculous. Kevin's asking too much. And then Kevin gets on his knees and begs them to sell to him. So I think they both win or neither win. I'm not sure how to answer it.
Is it a tie, or
It's a
neither
tie.
of them wins?
A tie.
Okay, they end the competition after getting tired of Kevin's ideas that force them to compete against each other in humiliating ways, so neither of them wins. Weird question. Weird, tricky answers.
I feel like I got it right.
All right. Season 9. Fill in the missing word of Pam's final line in the series finale, aka the last line of the show. Do you know the last line of the show, or should I give you where the blank is?
Give me the blank.
There's a lot of blank in ordinary things. Isn't that kind of the point?
Gosh. I'm gonna say there's a lot of love in ordinary things, but I know that's not right.
There's a lot of beauty in ordinary things.
Beauty.
Close. Look at Cam on there. Rhymes with cutie. He's trying to help you so much.
Yeah, you put it up after I answered.
Right? That's why we have the delay. There you
But
go.
there is that is true, and I believe that The Office, although seasons 8 and 9 weren't quite as good as the previous 7, um, it really did that last episode was the perfect way to end it. I hope they don't bring it back. I know they've been talking about it, but I hope they don't. And same thing with Parks and Rec. I believe both of those shows ended perfectly. Leave them be, let them rest. Great shows.
No, I think some of those shows that try and do reunions, I don't think it works out very well. I think it's just let them go, right? Like Friends, you all are going to be, they're all middle-aged. It's going to be weird having them do a reunion. I'm not looking forward to it. I think if The Office tried to do it, it'd be weird. And same with like other shows. It's just let the show be. Let it go the way it was and let it be. All right, Danny. It is time for your 5 minutes of just whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to say. It is time for you to
Well,
take... Wait,
I'm just
hold on.
great. Oh, hey, hold
Sorry,
on.
I'm trying to set up.
I got more than 3. Come on, Cameron. I got more than 3, right?
I think you got more than 3. I agree with that.
I think I got about 6. But
Okay, sorry. I will mute myself now, and you go ahead and just tell us about 5 minutes. Anything you want to talk about, it's your time.
no, I'm excited that life seems to be returning back to some normalcy here. I know here in the state of Utah, where a lot of us are located currently in the chat, um, that most of the state is returning back to kind of a low level on this whole quarantine business, and I'm really excited to see life return to normal. I'm It's going to be interesting to see the permanent ramifications and the unintended ramifications for years that this whole lockdown and everything that um, has come to. I'm excited for sports to get back going, as they announced today that team sports can start competing again. Um, Hopefully, that means we get high school football, high school soccer, and the high school sports, as well as college football, and all the college sports. It really pains me to see kids wanting opportunities to be social and to play and losing out on those opportunities to get scholarships or to go and participate in these events. And growing up, sports was my life. I played all sorts of sports. In high school, I was captain of the football and wrestling teams. I played baseball. I played ultimate frisbee in college and traveled around the Western U.S. playing ultimate frisbee. I'm built like a defensive end and played a non-contact sport in college. Um, I'm excited to see the return of those sports, but I'm also encouraged by the acceptance of esports and how much more mainstream it's becoming, even through this short window that we've had. And just seeing it get into the high schools and seeing it get onto ESPN and uh, the main sports channels, because that's about all they could do. So um, it's an interesting time. I think we're going to start seeing things lighten up as it warms up, and we can all go outside and have barbecues. I know tomorrow on my new smoker, I'm going to be doing some ribs, doing the 3-2-1 method. Y'all can be jealous. I'll put a picture out there. We'll send it out on the social medias. But I'm really just encouraged that we are returning to normalcy, and that's my 5.
All right. Well, thank you, Danny, for that 5 minutes. Awesome. I'm also looking forward to this thing to kind of passing, to getting through this period and onto the next chapter of, just life. And so I am excited to see some of the changes that are coming from it. I'm also excited to see us go back to normal. Seeing, some of the team sports come back is great. I'm excited for it. I'm glad that's happening. I think summer is going to be a great transition period from being inside to being able to go back outside. And I think people are going to gain a little bit of a new appreciation for being outside and being together with people that maybe they'd taken for granted before. And so I'm glad to see that kind of switch up. So very well done, Danny. Well said. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a couple minutes as well. And one thing we like to do every time we have a podcast is kind of give a little bit of a inspirational thought or an inspirational kind of quote from somebody. And I found one. I have this book called Finish Strong, and it's got a series of different quotes related to different things. And I found one, a couple different ones impactful today while I was kind of just going through it. But I did find one by a man named George Halas. Okay, George Halas, if you don't know, was a very influential person early in the last century. He played Major League Baseball. First of all, he was born in 1895. Okay, so this is going back a ways.
So Bob knows him.
So Bob, best friends. Sorry, Bob. No, so very influential. Played Major League Baseball with the Yankees, and then was also one of the owner, founder, and head coach of the Chicago Bears, as well as one of the co-founders of the NFL. So one of the founding forefathers of the biggest league in the United States, or at least one of the most popular. And he said something that that is pretty impactful, and I think can apply to anybody. And he said this. He says, "Nobody who ever gave his best regretted it. Nobody who ever gave his best regretted it. And I think that's great because, being in athletics the way he was, being involved in sports and football, he could have said nobody who ever won regretted it. Nobody who was a winner regretted it. No, that part didn't matter. Nobody who ever gave his best regretted giving his best. And I think that's something that we can apply to any aspect of our lives as people, no matter what part of your life you're in. If you're a student in high school and you're just starting out, if you've graduated, you're moving on to college, if you're in a career and you're looking at retirement, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, if you give your best, you don't regret it. And bringing it back a little bit more close to home at TLE, we don't have professional gamers, right? Our whole concept isn't to attract professionals and bring those guys in. It's to bring the normal player, the normal guy, the normal casual gamer guy or girl, whatever, to come and have a good time and to compete, and that opportunity to compete and give their best on any given day. And it doesn't matter the result at the end of the match. If you get swept, if you come out with the reverse sweep, if you have a close matchup in game 4, whatever, doesn't matter. If you went out on the field and you left everything there and you gave your best, then you're not going to regret it. You're not going to regret playing that game. But if you go out, you kind of, half-ass it, just not even try, give up midway through the match, that's what you're going to remember from it. That's what you're going to regret. That's what you're going to think about later on in the night when you're trying to go to sleep. Man, why did I do that? That was dumb. But if you went through it, even in a loss or a great victory, and you gave your best, nothing to regret, nothing to feel bad about. And so as we go forward, let's hopefully think about that, giving our best in the things that we do, and the endeavors that we kind of go forward with. Give your best. Do what you can. And have no regrets at the end of the day. That's my 5.
Awesome. That kind of goes along with one of my favorite quotes from Howie Long, a former defensive end for the Raiders back when they were in LA. First time.
Which
time? He was on a Sports Center interview after he retired, and he said, quote, and this was my senior quote in high school. I was told at a young age that if you didn't give 100% in the classroom, on the practice field, and on the playing field, that it would haunt you in your later years. I sleep well. And I heard that, and I wrote it down, and I've loved that quote ever since.
Good one. Very good. I had a Winston Churchill, but I think that was more appropriate for right now, and I really liked it, and I thought it was good. All right, so we're just about finished up here. Danny, do you have that sub list of glorious people who we love so much?
Boy, do I. And if I mess up your name, I do apologize somewhat sincerely. The people, and we want to give a shout out to these people who have subbed to the channel, because every little bit helps. Every donation helps us to grow and to try to improve our pixelations and improve our production value. So without further ado, our producers, we can call them our producers,
Heck
are
yeah, we can.
Keggity, Henry Streams Things, Nintendo Panda, Halvesy, Sniper Goo, Paparonieg, Paparonieg, what did I do? Glory Bird, Jabroni, DT Rules 211800, aka Zesty Beef Tips, Tri-Raptor, Bryce Crispy, Stormy Inferno, Delavine, Wags 34, Glamdring 64, this name, Farty McPukesy, Hero Walrus, and Tasers RL. Thank you guys so much.
And also Dak Vigil just subbed with Titch Prime. Thank you, Dak.
Hey,
Welcome to the list.
Thank you, Dak. Thank you. Cleege, no, you're not. Dak Vigil is Senator Thatcher. Welcome to the stream, my
Sweet.
friend.
The state has subbed to the channel.
So, just thank you so much, and all of it goes right back into trying to increase and prize pools for our players and helping out with the high schools. So thank you guys so much for being our producers. You expect a curtsy? How about a seated bow?
It's close as it gets right there. I don't know. Officially endorsed by the state of Utah. Heck yeah, we are. Gonna put the logo on the screen.
Well,
Point.
Fish, with that being said, I think it's time to wrap it up. It's time to start the weekend. It is Friday night. What do you say?
I say thank you guys so much for joining us. You're amazing. We appreciate it. We had a lot of fun. Thank you, Audra, for coming on the show. Episode 4 in the books. It will be on YouTube ASAP, and then we'll get the audio out there as well. So if anybody wants to listen to it, they can listen to it. Other than that, on behalf of Yakubescu and myself, I'm the One Fish, and all of TLE. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we will see you next time and on Monday night for Teamfight Tactics or League of Legends or whatever's there. All right. Bye.
Bye.
The League Esports.